as well.
Usually when this happens, this is when we start to see more catalysts come into play, and judging by the screen on my right, it looks like that is very much indeed the case. Not only catalysts, 12 of them, alongside 12 cryptos as well. So it's going to be a tie for the most picked legend here, which means it will go to that tiebreaker. So we won't know who's going to be banned until we see who wins and what their composition is.
Let's see if APAC North can keep this momentum going. Let's see if we can see a little bit of APAC South coming to the fore as well. Let's see who region-wise starts to dominate as we get through these games here. We'll start off with VK Gaming, who have been very, very impressive in that previous game. Let's see Caustic pretty early in the composition here for them.
Well, I mean, if you look at how VKG just played that previous game, I think Caustic actually makes sense with what they want to try and do, what they want to try and achieve. It's not a like-for-like trade between Watson and Caustic, but they both do very similar things. I mean, obviously the ring consoles, but just being able to play defensively, place things to stop people pushing you alongside the Newcastle, I think this could really work out with VKG's style of play here.
Well, it's going to be a good zone for GG, who historically have been very good at playing zone when they get zone, but looking across at their composition, and we're looking at ring console characters, they're going to have to use the catalyst to hit that. They do have a ring console, so they don't have to get up to blues. They can hit that one straight away, and that's going to mean that they're going to have great prio to this zone down.
Yeah, they're going to be able to move fast, which is going to be important, and also Sparrow might be able to hit a survey beacon from distance. There is one over down towards City Hall, so depending on your lineups, you might be able to get that one just for some extra evo and for some extra information. I was going to say, is there another one by GG? Do they have another ring console next to them? Either way, they're going to have a lot of opportunity to get some evo here.
Yeah, I think they'd love to get up to blue if they can, but with so many teams arriving, I think one thing they are going to struggle to get is the evo harvester that spawns a little bit too far away for them to extend to before the likes of Twisted Minds and co start to arrive. They're over at Galleria right now, but Fusion are already inside of the POI. Alliance are already where this end zone's going, and Rival Esports have just arrived, having left City Hall as well. So nobody hanging about here. Everybody wants to get down and busy where this end game's going to be taking place.
And Alliance have shown me there is a survey beacon right above them, so Game Gladiators would have been able to hit that one. They would have been well aware of Alliance arriving, because they could have hit it with the Sparrow Dart, and now it just means both of these teams can reside where they are.
Well, GG have played for the best position. They've not had the opportunity to get the evos they would have wanted to, even though with Funk and Co only 76 evo away, they should be able to get up to blue pretty comfortably, especially playing a priority position like they do have now. So blues won't be too far away, but it's always a worry, isn't it? Someone early on just sees an opportunity, gets a little bit of pop damage and thinks, hey, you're on whites. We could push this and take this spot away. You've got to make sure that damage goes out nice and quickly. Otherwise, you are very vulnerable to being that team that gets pushed early.
I mean, especially when we saw what Shopify Rebellion did in the previous game, where they were just kind of waiting, playing edge. They were trying to be a nuisance to those teams that were trying to res late on, but then they bullied their way into zone. They were just going from building to building, sending eviction notices, because by the time they arrived, they were up onto purples. They then were able to get reds off of other people as well, and they just had such an armor advantage. So you do have to try and build up those armors as best as possible. That's why you need to do things like this. When you're Funk, when you're light, you need to step out and you need to try and actually get some damage down.
Only 60 away. It's only a couple of bullets here. One headshot to do that. 30-30 repeater. NRG, a little bit more southern. And they're chasing down SBI Esports at the moment over at draft point. They're going to be ahead of them. And Timmy, I think we've had a lot of stories with almost, it feels like early conclusions to highlight so far. We've had the 100 Thieves story, of course, which we've talked to death almost already. And then we have Alliance, defending champions, of course, of EWC, coming through in that game number 2. Now we'll wait for the Timmy moment. I get the feeling it's going to come.
You think so? I mean, they've had a couple of opportunities, a couple of games as well, where they were in good positions, but just haven't really been able to close them out. But historically, they do usually find one, especially when we're looking at a 10-match series. There is a lot of time for them to find that one moment. If it was a 6-match series, this is where you start to get a little bit worried if you are an NRG fan. However, there is still plenty of time here.
Castle with the long boy, by the way, as well as the R99. Like seeing the longbow. Roger Abrams at me, Dan Gaskin. 100 Thieves now continue their way towards zone. A little bit further for them to go. Wrapping towards the energy bank, maybe looking for a little bit of scrap loot, maybe just realizing that a couple of teams were going to be busy on that side of the zone they were originally looking to rotate through. JD Gaming actually counter-rotating at the moment. Very interesting to see it. 100 Thieves might not be aware of this. They certainly are now as the shots will be exchanged.
Yeah, this is an isolated fight at the moment. EMP is going to pop. But I don't think it's going to influence it too much because 100 Thieves have enough distance they can just re-shield before the fight actually occurs here.
Verholst had to use that castle wall though, just to get away and back towards his teammates, and now you're seeing the push come in. And 100 Thieves are just trying to scarper away, but JDG now trying to chase them down. They've popped the ballistic ultimate into the Tempest. Verholst is down, and the aggression is paying off here for JD. The counter-rotate that was not expected. These 100 Thieves are just one alive.
They were very split. Well, 100 Thieves there. I don't know if it was a communication issue or they just weren't able to maybe take the same journey that Phony did to try and cut across, as Phony now has been able to escape, or at least he hopes he has. I think he's currently lurking, and JD are trying to find him, and they will find him. And sadly, 100 Thieves eliminated in 20th position.
Not dissimilar to what we saw yesterday with a very hot start from AG as things slowed down. JD, though, enjoying themselves. You can see Johnny R here on our screen. A little bit of a smile on his face, a little bit of a smirk. Why wouldn't you when you just take down 100 Thieves with pretty much no effort?
Yeah, into 5th place now, 22 points. Plenty to smile about at the moment, and if they can use this now as a little bit of momentum in this game, perhaps they can hurtle their way up the leaderboards even a little bit more to try and stay within a shout of getting to match point finals. Zone 1 about to close, and there is still a few teams within a distance of each other. Unlimit and Team Liquid being one of them, and Team Liquid looking for what looks like the remainder of Unlimit here.
Yeah, popping the Tempest as well to try and get that speed boost, to try and be in a position where they're going to be able to find damage very, very quickly and find angles, almost as importantly, to take down these remaining members of Unlimit who are just trying to escape at the moment. Team Liquid trying to find them, but not going to be able to quite now.
I think it's just one person as well. Shopify Rebellion were able to get damage on them initially. Elsewhere, Go Next taking a fight against FS by the looks of it. Shopify Rebellion also looking at SAUL on the western side. So Shopify Rebellion playing similarly how they did before, where they're just kind of hovering around edge and trying to kill these teams that are rotating after them.
SAUL disengaging from that at the moment. Shopify trying to push back and force them into the zone. You can see that on the left-hand side of your map overhead right now. SAUL just rotating away from Shopify, but Shopify almost shadowing them, just commanding so much space. It's like trying to break down a defense at the moment for SAUL. They do pull away, and they should be good enough to continue their rotators. It looks like Shopify might look for that ring console instead.
You'll see on the north, Liquid have left the solo of Unlimit, and they've gone zone, and the solo will be able to go out towards Lotus, get that crafter, and hopefully get the team back up to its full composition, and then maybe see if Unlimit can do anything in this game. The zone is going to shift away from Lotus, though. It is going to go a little bit further south, pretty much direct center of the circle that we had seen previously, which is pretty much what everyone else had really committed to anyway when it looks like making their movements early on in this game.
Well, SAUL drop the evac in the bed of the truck and then taken to the skies. A long way for them to go towards zone. The team that's going to be closest to them upon landing is going to be ROC. Fusion just been eliminated, by the way. Quietly, SBI will be the ones who are credited with those kills, as NRG now find themselves EMP'd. And we saw how that went for 100 Thieves a few moments ago.
Yeah, is this actually going to be a fight that breaks out? One that might break out, though, is ROC against SAUL. ROC are above them. They saw SAUL land, and they certainly are taking a peek towards it, but they're probably reluctant to make this push at the moment because they have that high ground. It's not really worth them trying to push themselves into a building that is going to be heavily fortified by Catalyst spikes right now.
Both teams are going to be safe as well in this next zone, so don't really have to engage. Two teams who are looking to engage, though, are on our screen, and Go Next are kind of forced to because Kinda has been taken care of as Effect picks up yet another kill for himself.
Henchman
oh my god.
will come down
Effect
so
just
fast.
Absolutely pissed on him.
Well, Adam does at least do enough damage just to force Effect away, but the real question is, where's the rest of the squad? Do you even need the rest of the squad when Effect is playing in this way? But it looks like maybe Go Next can survive and get back up if you can escape out of the back here.
I don't know if Effect got a little bit of help in that or if it was just the purest R9 shots that you've ever seen. But you can now understand what it feels like for players in this lobby when you have a 1v1 with Effect. It's very difficult to win, and win it they don't. Go Next will be eliminated.
Effect just 1v3'd them, essentially. He got all 3 of those kills. SAUL now are down to just 2, but Team Liquid also at 2 here, so this is a 2v2.
Neozul comes blasting through the door with the Rampage singing a tune here. Takes down Sharky. They're looking for the finish here, just trying to bash down this castle wall, and we'll be able to get the finish. But again, Liquid taking these fights, finding themselves having to get Yanya back into this game for not the first time so far in this series.
This could really benefit the likes of Unlimit, who are going to be nearby, as are Shopify Rebellion, both hearing this fight happening, probably considering maybe looking over towards it as well, but Team Liquid are going to get the respawn. That also could draw a lot of attention here to nearby teams.
One of those teams, Shopify Rebellion. Look at them, sharks in the water, sniffing them out. Team Liquid will be able to get Jaguars back on his feet, and they still have a castle wall to kind of dally behind. So, Yanya, take a little bit of damage. SAUL will be eliminated in the meantime. The final player wasn't able to get away. And Jesco will be taken down, but Liquid having a hold here against an angry-looking Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, as expected, Shopify Rebellion heard all this happening and did step up, but Team Liquid are going to retreat probably quite wisely. They are going to retreat over towards Unlimit, though. And I think it's only a duo of Unlimit, so perhaps Team Liquid have retreated the correct way here. They might actually pick up some KP because of it.
Yeah, interesting as well. ROC, I think they sent a Wraith Portal in to see if they could get in a position to potentially third party. Yanya gets put on his back, but at least the trade will come in here for the rest of Team Liquid. They get the finish. Yanya should be in a position to be res here, but it looks like with the amount of commotion that's going around with the fights that have taken place in the last few minutes, they're not willing to stick this res. They just want to try and get out and survive because they know they're Shopify close.
Yeah, Shopify, as soon as they saw that EMP and they heard that damage, they started to push. And I tell you what, that has evened things up a little bit here, and this is going to be very difficult for Shopify Rebellion to continue to push up, especially that nade's taking down Koiful.
Yeah, that's just disgusting from Neazul. Again, the Rampage this time. A lot of talk about the Devotion, but he's got the Rampage in the sling, and he is making that thing work. Shopify going to go for an immediate res here. Should be able to get it off as well, because Team Liquid have had to take the time to get back to 3 themselves. But Liquid now, they pop the Tempest. I think it might have just expired as this fight's about to break out.
What a position that was, though, from Zainu. Just taking the bold position, getting an angle, and getting a crack, which just gives them a chance here in this fight, because he's been able to escape whilst they were shielding. And it's not a straight 3v3. There is still a member of Unlimit in this area that could add to this.
Good to see my favorite player cam in all of Apex Legends. MT always looks like he is literally in the game. Like, everything is so much more real to him than it is to anyone else, with the look on his face, with the grimace of determination every single time that you'd go to his player cam. But for now, both teams are back to 3 and have disengaged for now.
ROC and NRG were also having a look at each other from distance, but no real engagement happening, because I think NRG are happy within their building at the moment. Timmy's been able to find, and they will use the Dark Veil just to cover. Crazy Raccoon say, actually, maybe you're within our territory here.
Yeah, that mobile shield is big. They're going to have to get a really good castle wall down here. Unlimit have been eliminated in the meantime. The final player, Zubi, has been taken down by Koiful, so Shopify Rebellion just keep their head on a swivel. As Alliance also have a little bit of a poke here in the kill feed. I think they took down a couple of members of EVOs, if I'm not mistaken. Shopify Rebellion still in this fight, by the way. Deeds is going to be able to pick up one, though.
Yeah, ROC were able to look over Shopify Rebellion as they were going away from Liquid. Liquid are now going to come back into this fight. It's been a tug of war between these two teams, but Shopify Rebellion are still alive here. However, ROC have got a position where they can watch over both of them.
Worry for all of these teams, though. Zone's going to start closing pretty soon, and they've got quite the way to go to Zone. Team Liquid are closest to it. Shopify Rebellion are furthest away out of anyone in the lobby at the moment, probably outside of NRG. NRG try and continue their rotation right now as ROC just keep holding these teams out.
Yeah, in the actual zone, there's a lot of teams that have found themselves a place to call home. Virtus Pro in a good spot, SBI also, Gaming Gladiators, teams that really do find those positions and hunker down. Now, Alliance, they took this position very early on. It's going to be safe for the next zone, but not the one thereafter. So they might just try and play a little bit further west when they do get that information.
It'll be good for now. 20 seconds until the zone closes, and you imagine at least 4 or 5 teams should go down in that time. 14 squads still remaining in the lobby. We've lost 6 up until this point. JDG goes drone hunting and is very successful in doing so.
You can also see what an important fight it was for JD Gaming to win early on against 100 Thieves to find themselves in this position still on the southeast, but they'll just have to walk in a little bit, but they'll be okay. And as you said, I think a lot of the commotion is going to happen on the western side.
Good one over there. Thanks.
Players now on purple shields alongside the gold here for Alliance, so the Evo level up is done for them. Outside of obviously finding themselves a little red helmet that might drop their weight. St. June, one of those players who certainly does have that little bit of equipment. They're getting swung right now. You can see it might actually be a player trying to escape. It's Vaxon who just swung past him. Other load will come in. St. June smartly backs up towards his teammates here to just make sure they're nice and tight as a team. Not allowing anyone to pick them off as everybody starts to arrive. Look at this rotate from ROC, by the way.
If these bats all pop off, they're all going to be pretty healthy.
Well, they're not safe. They're going to have to take this fight. Big damage coming in from Sorcerer, though. With this, Havoc has given the opportunity at least to step forward, but for how long can they survive here?
Not very long at all, sadly, for ROC. All the bats did pop off, but there was just too many teams in that area, all looking in their direction, as Crazy Raccoon will have to drop down. NRG also still find themselves in a safe position at the moment, but they are worried about the portals that are right in front of them.
Was it a kidnap or was it a mistake? Zach Mazer will go down. As NRG now have to make their way towards zone. Let's jump into the comms with NRG.
We're in right here. We're in right here underneath the stairs. That'll be really good when we turn back. We're gonna have Sam. You're gonna have Sam.
somewhere.
Yep.
Portal up here.
You will have Sam. You will have Sam.
I'm at 58. Yeah, I'm at 58.
All right, I'm 2-1. I have 1 cell, 2 bats.
Here.
I'm 3-2. I'm gonna try to play up. Okay.
I have wall, by the
How's
way.
that green box look to me? I saw it zone.
They're gonna play right here. I mean,
I can catwall 2 under the stairs.
listen. I think this is good.
Okay, I know it's only 75 on the wall though. I need to shoot.
Yeah. Just walk it in. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna catwall us when we walk in.
No. I think you should save it so we can fight this team right here.
I have to take this. I need to save you.
I think you should wait. Go. Try to hold it. This team's playing caustic too. Okay.
I'll try and hold it.
If you need, just throw a Q and walk it in. Newcastle Q.
I don't want to though because I want to save my slam. I want to cure first and then save it for Newcastle.
Wait, he just took portal away. What the fuck?
He took it up top.
Wait, is there no one in here? Do you hear anybody?
No. Yes, they're healing.
Okay.
They might take it up.
Almost broke around 8 to 32.
He just lied to me. Just slide to me. They both go dead. We're good.
Put it wall down.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'm saving
We're
one.
not in.
Bad fuck, man. It's fine. It's good.
It's good enough.
Are we in here?
Yeah, we
Yeah, we are, barely. I might have to catwall later, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, we're okay.
They're maybe fighting.
I can Q right here if I need. Okay, I'll just Q.
Put it on me.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
I'm doing it. Yeah, no, Newcastle.
So NRG find a spot to play here, but is the Newcastle wall good enough? Is it deep enough in zone for them to use as cover, or are they going to have to extend and take the fight to Twisted Minds? Crazy Raccoon got in the meantime. We saw Liquid lost as well. VKG also went, but it's NRG who clean Twisted Minds and will create so much space.
Good aggression there from Timmy and NRG just to make sure that they do take that space because, yes, I think you're right. The wall was a little bit iffy. If they allow that team to live, they might have just been able to be picked off. JD Gaming will be eliminated in 7 as Effect does take a lot of damage here, but, of course, Unlucky's always there with his back.
Well, Lucky now needs Hackers to have his back as well because 2 players from Alliance have to pop batteries, have to pop medkits, have to get healthy. Now Hackers uses his opportunity to pop into the drone. I wonder if he's going to look to EMP NRG. That is difficult to say, Dan.
All the meanwhile, Alliance have picked up 15 kills, by the way. Whilst we were amidst that NRG listening, Alliance have been absolutely going off. They're up to 58 points. 3 kills have been found by Unlucky, 1 by Hackers, so you can do the math. 11 for Effect.
That is disgusting. That is absolutely vile. It is almost crossing the bounds of legality, what we are seeing from Effect so far. VP, though, in a fight themselves. Slayer sees his IGL go down and now sees his 2 teammates go down alongside him. It's going to be Verse Pro eliminated. GG will win that fight, but with the zone closing in, do they leave their teammate? Do they have the space and the time to get this res?
Gonna go for a portal, it looks like.
Back to NRG and Alliance, who have just been exchanging fire for the last few moments. Both teams are safe. It's SBI and GG. They're going to have to move first here. That Q really good. The wall wasn't great. But you saw the Q this time coming in from site. Superb. Shopify Rebellion do not make it to top 4.
Well, we said, is there going to be a moment for NRG? Could this be their game? They're into the final circle, only 3 other teams to worry about. GG and SBI are going to have to take a fight on the eastern side, which means NRG, their main concern is going to be Alliance above them, but they might be able to avoid this fight and look over towards the east.
NRG looking for Sky Nades here. If they can hit a big banger here, that would be massive. Guild gets a knock on the GG though. Funk will go down thanks to that devotion. Effect takes some damage. 11 kills to his name to repeat once again, and it's another not being finished this time by Alliance. NRG trying to hold strong here as SBI and GG will go down. It's NRG versus Alliance to see who comes out on top here. Hackis, he'll swing down from the high ground. Effect will pick up another. Effect will pick up, if I'm not mistaken, all 3 victory once again. Effect is on fire.
It's a 22-kill game for Alliance, a 34-point game as they look to assert their dominance here in Group B. I mean, I'm going to say, I think they've already done enough to get to match point finals just off these first 4